April 14th, 1912, 11:40 p.m. A single word cracks through the frozen air. Iceberg. What happens next will etch itself into history. But some say the Titanic never truly sank. Not completely. As the unsinkable ship disappears beneath the black Atlantic, survivors report impossible visions. Ghostly figures in period clothing walking on water. Lifeboats filled with spectral passengers still screaming. A glowing outline of the Titanic hovering above the waves. A rescue ship's wireless operator swears he hears CQD, help us. Transmissions, days after the sinking. For 73 years, the wreck sleeps in darkness. Then, Dr. Ballard's 1985 discovery awakens something. Submersible pilots describe shadowy humanoid shapes moving through corridors. Sonar picks up unexplained knocking in perfect Morse code rhythm. Most chilling, a 1991 expedition captures what sounds like a woman singing "Nearer My God to Thee" on hydrophones from inside the ship. Now, oceanographers and paranormal investigators are asking the terrifying question: did we disturb something that wanted to stay buried? The Titanic's wreck isn't empty. Deep-sea explorers have reported the same unnerving phenomenon since the 1990s. Shadowy figures in period clothing drifting through the grand staircase's collapsed remains. In 2001, a Russian Mir submersible captured thermal footage of a human-shaped heat signature near the Turkish baths, where the water should have frozen any living thing. The anomaly lasted precisely 37 seconds, the exact time it took the Titanic to sink beneath survivors in 1912. But the hauntings aren't confined to the abyss. Passengers on modern transatlantic crossings report waking to the smell of roasting meat and engine oil. The Titanic's final dinner service forever reheating itself. Some claim to see a well-dressed man with a pocket watch standing at the railings, whispering, "It's too late," before vanishing. Most disturbing are the repeaters. Ghosts like the violin player Wallace Hartley, seen performing on multiple ships, always as the temperature drops to 28 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 2 degrees Celsius, the water's freezing point that fateful night. Oceanographers have a name for it: the Titanic Echo Effect. The ship's 1,500 deaths may have imprinted on the North Atlantic itself, replaying like a skipping record in the deep. But why these specific moments? And why now, after a century of silence? Perhaps some doors weren't meant to be opened, and some ghosts just wanted to be believed. Not all ghosts linger in the deep. Some haunt bloodlines. Descendants of Titanic survivors report eerie patterns, recurring nightmares of drowning at exactly 2:20 a.m., heirlooms that inexplicably drip seawater, and an uncanny number of family members dying by water-related accidents. The most documented case involves the Allison family, whose 11-month-old son Trevor was the only family survivor. His granddaughter, now 42, refuses to bathe in anything but shallow water, claiming the tub becomes an ocean when she's alone. Researchers studying generational trauma have uncovered stranger phenomena. In 2018, a great-granddaughter of a Titanic steward began sleepwalking while reciting the ship's final menu in perfect French, a language she doesn't speak. When hypnotized, her voice dropped 3 octaves and stated, "The boilers are still burning down here." But the most disturbing evidence comes from Titanic memorabilia collectors. A salvaged first-class ticket auctioned in 2016 has changed hands 4 times, each owner reporting the sound of a woman sobbing behind their bedroom wall. The current owner, a psychiatrist, installed infrared cameras and captured fleeting shadows forming the number 401. the exact stateroom where the ticket's original passenger, socialite Madeleine Astor, spent her last night. Parapsychologists suggest these aren't mere hauntings, but echoes of unfinished grief reverberating through time. As one descendant whispered during an interview, the Titanic didn't just sink, it took the living with it. Science and the supernatural collide where the Titanic lies. Marine archaeologists have measured abnormal electromagnetic spikes near the wreck, pulsing in a pattern matching the ship's final distress signals. In 2022, an AI analyzing decades of sonar data identified 37 acoustic anomalies, whispers in the exact frequencies of human screams, trapped in endless loops within the debris field. The most chilling discovery: a 2023 expedition recorded the sound of glass still breaking in the Marconi wireless room, as if the ship's final moments are eternally replaying 3,800 meters down. Psychics claim the Titanic exists in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Mediums describe a phantom version of the ship sailing forever in a veil of sorrow, where passengers relive their deaths unaware. This theory gained credibility when 5 separate researchers, unknowingly investigating different parts of the wreck, all reported seeing the same ghostly child holding a teddy bear near the grand staircase on the same night in 2023. Yet, the most disturbing evidence comes from survivors' descendants who've never visited the site. Many share identical dreams of a black door in the ship's bow, vibrating with unnatural energy. When shown wreck diagrams, they all point to Door 13A, a real but inaccessible crew passage now buried under sediment. Oceanographers confirm this area emits faint radiation readings inconsistent with natural decay. As technology advances, so do the questions. Are we recording echoes of the past? Or is something responding to our presence? The Titanic may have sunk in 1912, but its story, and perhaps its souls, remain terrifyingly present.